Hello, this is Beta Ray Ben for Pixel Spank, and because it's now Halloween, I'm playing the scariest game I currently own, which is Super Castlevania 4, apparently. I know what you're thinking. Last year you played a proper scary game, you played Outlast. What's happened? I forgot it was Halloween, I was playing this anyway, and I just suddenly realised I can release this on Halloween. Did I just gain a power up for my whip? I'm not really sure. Possibly. I didn't really pay close attention to it. It kind of looked like a chandelier. Or a candelabra. Right, good. Got power up now. That candle was just floating in the air. I'm almost certain that I will die if I go in that water. Right, we've made it to the castle. That's a good sign already. Ah, yeah, you can do this thing in this one. Is it useful? No, not really. I don't know what that does. Oh, I've got a timer. Shit. I'm so glad that this didn't become the de facto Castlevania. They swapped to more Metroidvania. Right, it does the weird thing from Super Mario World where you're kind of in the background, but not. I wonder if I could have picked where I went. Yeah, just swap my leisure. Is that... It can't hurt me. Oh, I can't go further. Damn it. So I don't really have a choice, do I? I think I genuinely have to go. Wait, no, can I just... Yeah, there's no hole here. Haha! Genius. Alright. Dagger. Damn it. I don't know how to throw a dagger, it seems. Ah. Oh, it's R. I thought it would be up and attack for some mad reason. Ah, damn it. I was going to get that what I thought was a crucifix, but I guess not anymore. Terrible hitbox on that, wasn't it? It clearly hit me with the fireball. Wait, can I just go behind that? Oh, right, that one. That one is hitting me. Weird. I guess I can't go further through it. Can I jump? Can I jump? What is the jump button? That's... What a horrendous jumping animation. It's just awful. And such an oddly long hang time for the jump as well. Oh, they're back! Bullshit. By the power of Grayskull, I have the power! Obviously there's an outside chance that I'll find a better game to release on Halloween, and then me saying Happy Halloween, which I've now only just said for the first time, will make less sense than it already did. But so far I like the idea of this being my Halloween special as Castlevania 4. Not even the scariest Castlevania, which is of course Castlevania N64. Which is terrifying, but not for the traditionally scary reasons. Ah! Wow. What a shot. That looks great, doesn't it? I don't really know what happens when the time runs out, but it can't be good, can it? Yeah. Weirdly, this whip ability, as far as I know, it doesn't happen in any of the Metroidvania style Castlevanias. I'm saying that like this isn't one of those. I don't think it is. This seems more arcadey to me, but I could be surprised. I don't really know anything. Not about this game, just in general, I don't really know anything. I know more than the average person about video games, but less than pretty much anyone who knows anything as a rule. I just play a lot of them. When did I get a dagger again? When did that happen? I keep thinking those are two enemies. They're actually just one enemy that shoots both ways. I always think the head is one enemy that's stacked onto it, but it's not. It's not. Ooh, holy water. Are they gonna fall? Yeah. Oh shit. Slimes. Yeah, take that. Ah, damn it. That was meant to stay burning long enough to do him damage. It's just not the whip sound effect you want, is it? Here's an interesting whip fact for you. The first man-made object to break the sound barrier was a whip. A bullwhip, exactly. The tip can break the sound barrier if you're particularly good with it. I don't think just anyone can do it. I think you need a bit of practice. I want to say Romania, or somewhere in Europe of that ilk, but I'm not certain. I've got Bulgaria in my head as well, but I don't think that's related. I think that's something else where they used to train the horses to get used to the sound of gunfire. Pocket watch. I think this freezes all the enemies. Did that kill me? I just I've walked down some stairs to get here though. It's horseshit. Yeah, they train. Okay, so that does. If you step on that, you're fucked. No, you can jump off it. All right. Yeah, you train horses to get used to the sound of gunfire, but instead of wasting expensive gunpowder, you just crack a whip because it sounds like it's loud and it sounds like a gunshot. Clever, isn't it? Genuinely, it is clever. Easy now. See, this is one of those games where I can't tell if it's well designed or not. Like, am I supposed to kill the enemy and keep going? Am I supposed to like jump with a rhythm? I don't know. Like, is there a skill involved, or is it more just luck? I didn't walk down the stairs. I jumped down them, and that's why I died just then. That's all kinds of horse shit. There's some kind of power up that has a weird time freezing effect, and it's very alarming. I think your boy's sprite is way too big, honestly. I don't know his name. He's one of the Belmonts, in fact. No, I thought there might be a screen that would tell me. Sometimes there is. I suspect he's Simon Belmont, but the first, I don't know. The third, maybe? Right. Walk down these steps. Don't jump down them. Yeah. Kill that fucker while I'm here. Yeah. See, the whip is Vampire Killer. I think that's what it's called. Not Slayer, Vampire Killer. Oh, boss fight. What's it going to be? Alright, yeah, fair play. That's pretty cool. Right, got to hit the skeleton's head to do anything. I'm going to use up all my hearts, I think it is, throwing these before I actually jump in and do anything. Huh. That's fortuitous. Am I fighting the skeleton of the guy from Super Ghouls and Goblins, perhaps? I think it's dead this time. It feels like it's dead. Do I get anything? Ooh, I get an orb. What does the orb do? Don't you worry about that. It does sod all. Maybe full health. Nice, it's the map. It's oddly isometric, isn't it? So I was there, and I've gone all the way up there. I thought there was going to be a level with a bat, but I don't think so. And then I'm halfway through a river. And there's an off-screen... Oh, there's hands, there's zombies. It doesn't do the thing where it tells me the names of the critters. It's kind of a moss man there. Oh, I've been caught. Oh, so it doesn't do damage, it just grabs you. I like that. It's nice. Evil bastards. Yeah. You can almost make it spin. You got it. There we go. His arm looks like it's fully dislocated, doesn't it? I suspect these are purple for legal reasons. Like if they make them green or some shit, they have to pay copyright to... George Romero would be the logical one, but for some reason I had it in my head they'd have to pay copyright to Vincent Price. And even then it's purely because he was in the Thriller video. It was a lot bigger deal back in the day of people being worried that video games were totally ripping off films. I don't know if that's such a thing anymore. Donkey Kong springs to mind. In fact, it's clearly a rip-off of King Kong. But they called it Donkey Kong, obviously. I've got a battle axe. When did I get that? Alright, can I make this jump? Yeah, it's not easy. His jumping is not great. Some games just have the jumping down, some don't. Some don't. You know, I'm going to refine that. Mario has the jumping down. That's basically it. Mossman. Feels like he's not going to die when that happens. Ooh, a proper zombie type. Is that a hedgehog? I'm getting my ass handed to me. I should just leave. I died. Should have left more swiftly, shouldn't I? Oh yeah, yeah. Makes you start the level again. What the hell does that do? Block 2. The thing is, it must... What have I got going on up there? I've got my weapon. It probably just gives me score, but I want it to do more than that, you know? Fuck you. Does that spider fire smaller spiders at me? Is that its tactic? Because weirdly, that's the same tactic a giant spider in South Park, the Stick of Truth uses, and that's a crossover I did not expect. Can I fuck him up? Can I fuck him up? Yep. There we go. Easy now, easy. There was nothing over there that way, was there? It's all about going this way. Yep. And back to the surface. Although part of me wants to drop down there, but I'm pretty sure I'll die anyway if I do. Best ignore it. Every enemy freezes slightly when you hit them. I want. Is that like a technical limitation that they've done that for? Just get out of there. Fucker. Those hedgehogs are bastards. They're very hard to hit. That platform looks like a thing of evil. I don't really want to be on it, but... That was just a crow. That wasn't an enemy. That was just a regular crow. Plant bitch. Credit where it's due, like, there's a fucking lot of different enemies, isn't there? Like, considering this is a game about vampires and shit, are these the first bats I've even seen? I never did use the clock last time I had it. I think it freezes all enemies on screen, but it's not that useful because you still got to attack them. I guess it's good if you're being overwhelmed. I've just learnt how you swim. It's classic swimming. Oh, I died. It doesn't impress upon you when you're dying, does it? You know what? I've just had a brainwave. I'm going to find a password. The password is vagina. Super Castlevania 4. That password joke I just made was, of course, in reference to what's it called? Cable Guy. That was it, wasn't it? The Jim Carrey film where he stalks Matthew Broderick and it gets a bit weird. I think he tries to bang him at one point. Okay, here we go. Ah, perfect. Oh, there's a higher difficulty cheat. Right, how do I don't know how to quit out. I'm guessing I have to die. I'll try that. How many lives have I got? Stage passwords, yeah, level 2, yeah. Level B, tractor, okay. A and B, alright. I'm guessing there's 9 levels and some boss fights. How am I not dead? I left myself next to an enemy and this zombie is just saving my life, apparently. There we go. Get some killing on. I could just reset it, actually. That's going to take forever to kill myself that way, isn't it? Will this work? I think this will work. Did I even pick the right game just then? I hope so. I presume this will have the same codes as it used to have. They wouldn't take that sort of thing out, particularly because this isn't like a cheat code. This is a how you get to different levels in the game. What I don't know is how to find said thing. Do you hit start and then it's on there? That's my name now. No, this just shows you this intro scene, which I already can't remember seeing. Maybe I have to die. It didn't give me a password when I completed the first level, did it? Ah, perfect. You can't swim there either. That's new, isn't it? Before when I came through here, like... No, that's not new. No, I was just curious as to whether or not you could swim. How many lives have I got? It could be that P, which means I have 2 lives. In fact, it has to be that because there's no other numbers on screen. Yeah, and it goes down immediately when you lose it. That feels like unnecessary programming. Normally, when you lose a life, you'd have 1 now, and then when you're on the next one, it would go down off screen to save on programming. One presumes. To my death. Right, password. Okay. How do I... Was that... I think that was showing me the password to get there again, not the password to... Ah. Hang on. I've learnt new information. I need to leave this screen blank. And then... Presumably I have to die again, because there's no other way of getting to the passwords screen. I wouldn't be surprised if this is why the game starts with no enemies and an immediate death that you can do. Just for like the programmers realised it was easy to do that, just to die quickly to get the passwords in. And then they thought, we'll leave it in the game because it makes it easy for people as well. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they just wanted a cool intro. Also, this is Super Castlevania 4. So there have been 3 other Castlevanias that could have had shtick to them. Or this is Super Castlevania 4, which means there's been 3 other Super Castlevanias and then at least a regular Castlevania. Now I need to know, were there any games called Super on the Super Nintendo that were the first of their ilk? Like calling it Super Mario Party. Or Super Mario Kart, that's one already. Yeah, that is it. Right, how do I put in the code? Is the top one the code or is the bottom one? Alright, well, okay, so I'm looking at this. I'll go for level 7. The code it says here is space firebomb. But I don't know, how do you get the code in? I'm hesitant to push start because that normally cancels it. No, that just... What does continue do? Ah, that's how you get to the code select screen. That makes sense. That was throwing me off. That there was start and continue, but there was no option to save it. Alright, so space firebomb. No. There we go. Christ, this is one hell of an input method. This is what happens on a console when there's not like an inbuilt keyboard system like most new consoles have, isn't it? Right, firebomb. Heart. Interestingly, what I'm looking at has the word heart spelled wrong. Space. It's also formatted terribly. Right, firebomb, heart, space. Yeah. And it's space, heart, space, firebomb. Space, firebomb. Space, axe. Space. Well, I've messed this up, definitely. What retard wrote this? Me, probably. Firebomb, heart, space... Yeah, that's fine. Space, heart, space... Firebomb. Ah, I've got this row entirely wrong. It's space, heart, space, firebomb. Space, axe, space, space. I'd like a space axe. Right. Now this should jump me up to... Yeah, look, we're way up in the castle. This is level 7 now. And this guy is fucking tough, apparently, because he took about 10 hits. That one looks even tougher. I can kill him through the wall. But there's probably no point, because he'll respawn by the time I get around there. I bet there's a weapon in this one. No. Miraculously, that didn't do me damage. Oh, magic book's going to come at me. Yep, maybe it's not. I bet a book will at some point attack me. I want to say the enemy is called a poltergeist that does that. It's technically like an angry ghost that can move shit, but in practice it's just books flying at you. From below! Feels like I'm really sort of hobbling some of the game design there by just attacking him through furniture and such, but don't question it. Oh Christ. A big part of these old school games is when you get to an enemy knowing whether to jump their attack, crouch from their attack, which should always be your first choice, and then do nothing and you won't get hit. I did a kind of moonwalk up the stairs a minute ago, didn't I? I don't know why I'm trying to do that again. It won't help me in any way. Still no sub-weapon. And I think I've got maximum hearts. Oh, there's one. Crucifix. In my head, this is the most powerful sub-weapon. In practice, it probably isn't. It does come back in this one. But it's less of an arc. See, in Circle of the Moon, my personal favourite, well, actually no, second favourite Castlevania, be realistic. You'd throw it, you'd throw it out like that, and it would come back to you. But at the apex of the throw, it would stay there for a little bit. So if you could get an enemy on that point, it would attack them like, you know, 10 or 1,000 times. Fucking gargoyles. Are they gargoyles? I suppose they are. Flying book. Here's a little thing for you. A gargoyle is actually part of a drainage system on a house. So if you got something that looks like a gargoyle and it's not attached to any kind of drains like gutters, that sort of thing, it's called a grotesque. And that's the difference between a gargoyle and a grotesque. When you're on stairs and you try and attack upwards, you won't stop moving. Also, I've learned how to moonwalk up the stairs. I must now find out, yes, I can moonwalk down the stairs as well. I'm going up the stairs and coming down the stairs. I suspect this is somehow useful for speedrunners, but I actually just like the way it looks. It's like I'm on a travelator from Gladiators, isn't it? It's very pleasing how there's graphical steps, but like he's clearly just walking up a slope. The stairs themselves do nothing. Watch my abilities! Yeah, I can go in any direction up those bad boys. That's a case of like the actual in-game mechanic. It doesn't really follow logic. Alright. I haven't actually managed to get one of those spear ones to attack, have I? If this is anything like Circle of the Moon, those enemies are called... Is it Knights, Armors, or Guardians they're called? I don't think it's Guardians. I think they're more magically inclined. I think they're just called Armors, because that one's an axe armor, the other one would have been a spear armor, and so on. I was ready. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Can I hit them? Nope. Because I was on the stairs, it wouldn't let me crouch. Because it's physically impossible for any human vampire hunter or not, to crouch on stairs, isn't it? It's a well-known fact. Go home, try and do it now. You'll die before you manage it. See, in my mind, say it costs like 3 hearts to throw one of those crucifixes out. You get one of them back if you catch it. It's not true. It's never been true. But in my head, it's what I want it to be. Shit. I don't know what the limit for falling is. I think it's yeah. Well, you know what? I feel like that's a good point to end on. Me dying, saying I don't know what the limit of falling is, and falling to my death. So that's Super Castlevania 4. It's all right. It's not rush out and play good, to be honest. Like, the thing is, Castlevania's moved on so much from here that the newer, now very old Castlevanias are still way better to play. It's not like Super Mario World, that still holds up as a really fun platformer, he says, for having played it. Same for Legend of Zelda, Mega Man X. Those are great. This is more in the Ghouls and Ghosts category. Anyway, happy Halloween. Thanks for watching.